Hello everyone, my name is Kangmin Lee, and I was just fired from my job for my conservative beliefs. This wasn't about my job performance or my relationships with colleagues. It happened because of the things I've said online and the political and religious views I've shared. They told me I was being removed immediately and not to return. The main reason? Because my posts were dehumanizing and derogatory.
So we are going to be responding to this guy's video. I think he leaves out a lot of context with this, which makes him look like the perfect good guy when if you actually dig into further with why he got fired, you go, oh, that makes perfect sense. So let's get into the first claim.
The specific example they kept bringing up is when I called women who celebrated the murder of Charlie Kirk hags and psychopaths. And apparently, that's unacceptable.
So let's actually dig into the tweet that I think got him fired. So he says, and I want to make it clear, I do not endorse any of the stuff right here. Okay. He says, I know this is unpopular, but after seeing how the vast majority of the demons celebrating the murder of Charlie Kirk were women, I realized that repealing the 19th cannot be a suggestion, but must be a necessity to save civilization. Women untethered from good masculine authority become the worst hags and psychopaths with their emotions and neuroticism weaponized for destructive purposes because it is not in accordance with their God-given design to be brothers of life and their husband's helpmate. Then giving these miserable people political power has been a tragic mistake. Reminder that only 4% of women during the time of suffrage wanted the right to vote. All right, what got him fired is him calling for the repealing of the 19th Amendment or taking away the woman's right to vote. Okay? You cannot be against DEI, but then want the 19th Amendment to be repealed, because that is the least meritocratic thing ever. Okay? Women, they share the same country with us. They also deserve a little bit of a say just as far as choosing who gets to lead the country. And there's many great women as well who outvoted in fantastic leaders. Okay? And they had it over 100 years. And I really have a problem with this guy intentionally misleading people by leaving out that context. Most people would agree if you say something like that and then double down even further about dehumanizing women in his tweets that I won't show here because I don't know, because I think that automated systems may flag it, even though it's not something I endorse. Don't be surprised if you get fired. And just as you have the freedom of speech, the employer also has the freedom to choose who they associate with. This isn't really just a minor build that wall thing, okay, with like Donald Trump or some nuanced policy discussion. This is outright sexist. And when you're in a workplace of people who are also going to be women, you're not going to be working very well with other people. So of course they're going to fire you. You didn't get persecuted for your political beliefs. And also he gives off further red flags from what he said in this call. Now we know who those misandrists or the feminists say about men. Mansplaining, okay? We all heard that before. But guess what this guy says?
Okay,
And
sir,
and
sir,
to
sir,
suggest
sir.
to,
So
to
this is,
suggest to
sir.
suggest that the answer is to
Am
repeal
I
the
allowed
19th
to?
Amendment so
Am I
that
allowed to
all
finish,
women
or are you
don't
gonna keep
vote.
white splaining to me?
He says white splaining. Okay, I'm not white. Okay, I want to make that clear. But if you're curious, Barack Obama. But just imagine he's saying that to his employer, and somehow thinking this will somehow convince him. Okay, maybe he's wrong about this. I don't know about you, but based on like all the other things he says about black people and his things right there, for all we can know, he also may be racist against white people, but just too afraid to say it on X because, well, you know what happens if you say something like that on X. It also tells me there's probably more things behind the scenes that we aren't even aware of, but that call gives off a lot of red flags. I'm very surprised to see Benny Johnson trying to go, oh yeah, I'll give you a job or whatever. When this guy, he's probably going to have a very hard time working with other people who are women in the workplace that he'll have to work with, especially when he wants to take away their right to vote. And I find it even more surprising how he fooled so many people into thinking he was something as small as someone like wearing a Trump hat, getting beat up as if it's like some kind of equivalent like that, or just merely a weird way of explaining something like Gina Carano had Don't let these people fool you. They're just gaslighting you. And it has nothing to do with Charlie. It's all about the second part that it was totally under their control. His takes are antithetical for a meritocratic society, and it's very sexist. And he shouldn't be surprised that he got fired. He does have some other tweets, but I don't really want to waste my time with them, where he doesn't even interpret the Bible correctly. Okay, if you're going to use the Bible, use it correctly, but that'll get me stuck for an entire hour. Okay, so anyways, that's at least my rambling for today. Don't forget to like the video, and don't be fooled by his video right here. Outside of that, show me your thoughts down below.